see what is the how do we do this immunity and application, and to understand what is this immunity certificate, why do we need it, how do we obtain it, and when is this effective. To understand in a very layman terms, let's take it like immunity is like a ticket, a safe ticket. uh, a scheme is given to you, you have applied for the scheme, taken the benefit of it, but what is the record or the evidence that you have taken advantage of the scheme? You applied for immunity after the closure of the period given to you for availing this benefit. Unless and until you have this immunity certificate in your hand, and you have just taken advantage of the scheme but not notified the ROC that you have taken the benefits of the scheme, you are you are imposed to be prosecuted by the educating authorities because you have not taken the immunity certificate. So your process ends by taking the certificate in your hand and not just completing the filing. So defaulting companies, you will be required to pay only nominal fee at the time of filing of belated documents and no additional fee is charged. Upon filing, immunity will be granted to such companies that no prosecution or proceedings for imposing penalties will be initiated against such companies related to what? Related to such defaulted filings. But please note that the immunity will be granted only with respect to delay. So this is very critical to understand, and I think I'm repeating this point over and over again in this webinar all through my slides, that this immunity is only with respect to the delay and not with respect to any consequential proceedings. Going further, who will issue this immunity? Well, the registrar of companies, where having its jurisdiction over the company, basically based on a registered office, the respective registrar of companies will be issuing the immunity certificate. Is it going to be an STP form? Is it going to be a approval-based form? That's still unknown, but it is understood that it will undergo a few scrutinies and then being given to you. And if you see the pro form of the form that has been given in the circular, you have to quote every SRN that has been used for that company taking benefit of the CFSS scheme. Only after doing this, you get the immunity certificate. And this declaration, again stating you have to do it within 6 months from the closure of the scheme. That is from 1st October to 31st March 2021. Within this time frame, please apply for immunity. Who will issue? We have already discussed this. And after the closure of the scheme only, application will have to be filed for seeking immunity in respect of the belated documents. And you cannot file after the expiry of 6 months from the closure of the scheme, and um, you will be required to electronically file a CFSS form. And there is no fee available, there's no fee payable for filing the CFSS form. Again, insisting the point, in certain situations, you will not get immunity, which is if there's any appeal pending before the court of law, and it's a case of management dispute of the company pending before the court of law tribunal. If the court has ordered conviction in any other matter, or an order imposing penalty has already been passed by the adjudication authority, and you have not filed any appeal against such order before the scheme came into the force. So this is about the immunity certificate. Now, what is the effect of immunity? Okay, you have taken advantage of the scheme, you have filed the form, you have filed for immunity also, and you've got the certificate in hand. How are you benefited out of it? Re-insisting the point and re-emphasizing as well, the ROC will withdraw the proceedings or prosecutions, if any, from the court and the adjudicating authorities, which they usually take by quoting section 454, the adjudication of penalties, ROCs usually impose prosecution, but they will be withdrawing such prosecutions. But for cases where adjudication order has already been passed and appeal with respect to this has the appeal timeline, it falls between 1st of March to 31st of May. If that's a timeline, then you get another additional 120 days to reply to it. So breaking this and simplifying this for you, let's say in the month of January or February, you have got an prosecution order, or an adjudicating authority has passed an order for you for some default, let's say, and you have been given that either you make the default good, or you go ahead and file an appeal for it. You get 60 days. That's a standard timeline, which is given by the act itself. But this scheme gives you, apart from the 60 days, and the 60 days basically falls between 1st of March to 31st of May. In between this timeline, if your appeal filing date falls in, you get another 120 days to file for an appeal. And that is the effect of this immunity for appeals in this case. And what is the consequence if the defaulting company is not using the scheme to comply? Well, after the scheme period, authorities have every right to penalize your company, initiate prosecution for the defaults not made good, even though this compliance window was given. So can't really guarantee, but I do foresee huge amount of non-compliances and penalties being imposed on the companies by ROC after the expiry of this scheme if the companies do not take advantage of it. And if you continue to be remaining non-compliant, a Pandora's box opens with all kind of authorities charging upon you for non-compliance.
Get 300 plus services. Chat and email with our team directly. Get stunning discounts and rewards. Only on Vakil Search app. Download now.